Starfield wasn't even included on Jeff Kiley's Game of the Year list. How could they do this to our boy? I have a thing or two to say about that. Honestly, why even have a list? Everybody knew Baldur's Gate 3 was gonna win. The real question here has to do with Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. I digress. Despite being a lifelong Bethesda simp, and even though I'm only just starting to play Baldur's Gate 3, I will say that it definitely makes a distinct impression. What is he wearing? What are they all wearing? What's going on? Lizella's a fucking BDSM bra, and this guy, what, he's wearing like a crop top. What's happening? Gotta respect any game that gives you so many options in how to handle situations with so much content packed in. Can I shove them off? Yes! Yes! Oh, yeah, that's awesome! Yes! On that note, ask me what I think of it in like 3 months, once I complete at least half of it. And yes, this is a backdrop from The Sims. I've been trapped in an alternative reality where I am forced to live out the rest of my life as a simulation. Every time I need to poop, it takes 30 full minutes! You know? Before Starfield came out, weirdly enough, I felt somewhat relieved that the gameplay looked so similar to Fallout 4. Bethesda has a solid tried and true formula, and this time it was just going to be in space, instead of in a fantasy world or a post-apocalyptic landscape. Ironically, it was actually this exact samey feeling that led me to stop playing the game after about 25 hours. I set it aside at that point because I realized that I genuinely wouldn't be missing anything too new. Out of that 25 hours, I did spend like 5 straight hours doing shipbuilding though. And I had a few good moments outside of that. Yes, Vasco, get in my way more, please. Get right in my line of sight. That's where I want you. Right in my line of sight, Vasco! Yes! Exactly like that! Incredible work! Much like the DLCs for Fallout 4 and Skyrim, it wasn't that I actually disliked Starfield. It was more so that it felt like I figured I'd get to it eventually, even if I don't complete the game anytime soon. And that'll probably be whenever someone makes a mod where I can become a Sith Lord and make the adoring fan my dark apprentice. So did Starfield deserve at least to be nominated for Game of the Year? First of all, who cares? Is anyone really deserving to be an authority on something like that? Who the hell is Jeff anyway? And if Starfield was your favorite game this year, and you feel hurt by it being snubbed, listen up. We're Bethesda fans. Since when have we ever cared what other gamers think? And was Starfield the Game of the Year? Ask me again in 6 months once the mod scene is poppin'. It begs the question though, did this happen because I'm personally burnt out on the Bethesda games open world formula, or is it something else? I've been making videos about Bethesda games like Skyrim and Fallout 4 for close to 10 years.
How to quick save? Oh my god! Damn it!
Despite these games being my all-time favorites, with no other franchises even coming close, I recently have just not been in the mood to play them that much. And weirdly, despite Starfield being brand spanking new, it is so similar to previous Bethesda games, it isn't spared, and I'm not really in the mood to play Starfield much either. Not even dipping my toes into Fallout New Vegas can pull me out of this open world rut. Oh, train tunnel. Very hard locked. But then, playing some of the other games released in the last year, they also fail to hold my attention very much. Sometimes the death loops just meld together. Oh, I got this one. We got this one! Okay. Okay, eventually you just can't anymore. Oh my god! And certain games somehow had gotten nominated for Game of the Year regardless. Zelda Tears of the Kingdom has no business being on this list. And I'll tell you why. Tears of the Kingdom was definitely a fun experience. I also haven't finished it. I mean, listen, Breath of the Wild was one of my favorite games that has come out in the last 10 years. It was genuinely a ball.
What thing do I have to do? Probably just make ice blocks.
Are you f***ing serious? However, $70? Look, it's a big DLC pack for Breath of the Wild, except it's sold for $70 goddamn dollars. Never buy this. I bought this, but don't buy this. I mean, at least at full price. Again, despite being pretty fun, it is a glorified DLC pack. The mechanics are mostly the same, the world is mostly the same, the art direction is definitely mostly the same, but the quests are different, and it has a handful of new mechanics. So, sorry Zelda fans, it is a glorified DLC pack, and I don't think it deserved to be nominated for Game of the Year especially. It is still pretty fun though. Let's do this. Whee! Whoa, what the And how are you skipping over the Wizard game? That should have been nominated for unintentional humor alone. Maybe too many game series are playing it safe. Maybe I was wrong. Bethesda should have swung for the fences and done some weird different stuff with Starfield. So many games either seem to be or literally are too derivative. I heard a rumor that in 2025, we're getting a new Mario game. It is probably mostly the same, but this time, Mario is a snail. Alright, in fairness, I didn't play the Mario game either. What's up everybody, my name is Kubets, and welcome to my game cover review of Mario Brothers Snail. Too many Italians, 1 out of 10. Alright. I guess it makes sense though if the primary audience is elementary schoolers. They literally didn't exist when the prior games came out. Alright, here's where I reveal I'm literally part of the problem. The hypocrisy is not lost on me that the game I've enjoyed most in the last year was Cities Skylines 2, which is literally mainly just a visual revamp of the first game. But this year, Cities Skylines 2 is somehow my number one. Something about it is very satisfying and relaxing. It doesn't deserve my heart, but it got it somehow. Dude, look at this! This is so cute! Look! Look, there's Jerry. There's Jerry Carpenter wearing sunglasses, sitting out in the rain on a slanted bench. That's so cool. They're like real people. It might just be because Cities Skylines 1 and Cities Skylines 2 are both such different kinds of games than a lot of what is out there right now. Cities Skylines 2 may not be that different from Cities Skylines 1, but at least Cities Skylines 2 is different from, Zelda. It is also uniquely relaxing yet stimulating. Maybe I'll actually review this one. Ask me again in a month. Is it me, or do you feel the same way I do? Just a bit bored of a lot of the big releases as of late? Comment below. It could also be that a lot of game execs aren't spending as much time on making cool games and are instead trying to find ways to fleece people. Like the games industry leader who thinks the game should be charged per hour of playtime. But to be fair, think about the math. Spend millions of dollars trying to develop a groundbreaking game? Sure, you could, but isn't it easier to manipulate people's psychology? Then you don't really have to spend big bucks on inconsistent and opaque things like creativity. For me, it might really be a matter of just needing to mix up the types of games I play, as opposed to the games industry itself being the culprit. Maybe I'll get really into Crusader Kings, and in the process lose all my social skills and alienate all of my friends and family. Or maybe I'll start playing League of Legends and develop hypertension and debilitating mental illness. The sky is the limit. Such is the life of a gamer today. Or there could be a third, wildcard reason as to why I am less hyped about gaming recently that I may review in a future installment of, this.